Today we're gonna pull a magic trick. We're gonna make one salsa, and from that one salsa, we're gonna make 3 more. Now I love all 4 of these salsas a ton, so in this video, I'm gonna share these 4 recipes with you. First, we're gonna make a salsa fresca. That's a fresh salsa, meaning we're only using raw, uncooked ingredients to make a delicious salsa. Next, we're gonna take that salsa fresca and cook it by pouring it into a pan with a little oil and frying it for a few minutes. This gives it a different, complex, and delicious flavor, and a different color too. It's the same salsa, but different. Now for the third salsa, we're gonna expand the second recipe a bit by dicing up some onion, fresh chopped cilantro, and aguacate cubes. This is an expanded salsa if you want to go up a level and introduce some new texture and flavor to the bite. And finally, for salsa number 4, I'll show you how to emulsify it into a creamy and delicious salsa. This is super similar to how you might find it at taquerias. This technique completely transforms the flavor by adding a little more of that one ingredient, a little more oil. Buckle up, stay with me, and I'm going to show you how to make all 4 of these salsas in your own home. Vámonos! Now the first thing we're going to do is make salsa number 1. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quarter these tomatoes up. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna take these and put them in our blender here. And you don't have to quarter them, but it lets the tomatoes stack down a little deeper. When you're making a big batch like this, it does help. Number 1. Number 2, the blender will start to blend it a little bit quicker. This is not a measurement exact. Friends, the more tomatoes you want to put in there, the better. The less tomatoes you want to put in, it's up to you. You can put as many or as little peppers that you want. This is a jalapeno pepper. I'm gonna cut these up, drop them in there too. We're gonna take red jalapenos and we're gonna throw these in here too. Whew, this is gonna be a full blender, friends. Gonna take 3 garlics, just give them a little quick smash like that. We need to put a little onion here, and I'm gonna go like a full half an onion. Okay, we're gonna cut the ends off. The rest of it looks good. And then we go. We're gonna use maybe about half of the top of this cilantro here. We're gonna get my blender. Today I have my Vitamix blender over here. Somebody asked me online, how many blenders do you have? Well, we kind of vary between 3 and 6 off and on over the last 3 years. I like a good fast blender. I like an efficient blender that does the job with a lot of power. This is that one. I like a smaller, medium-sized blender for our smoothies and some smaller batches of salsa. I prefer a glass blender. This one is not glass. I could not find a big glass blender like this. We're gonna drop a little bit more cilantro. This thing is plumb full. We might need to add a little bit of water here. Whoops, I almost forgot. We need to use about 2 teaspoons of salt, pepper, garlic. Y'all know I like a little peppery kick in my salsa, so we're gonna dump some of that in there. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get this show on the road. Come on, baby. Okay, I'm gonna push some of this down because I don't want this salsa to be super fine. I want it to be a little chunky. I'm gonna use a little spoon here, push this stuff down. There we go, now we're talking. All right, we're good. I think we're good. I'd like to go ahead and do a shameless plug on my new cookbook, ArnieTex. Over 100 recipes of Mexican-American cooking and Texas-style barbecue. You can find it in the description of this video. Click the link and you'll get your copy in summer, just a couple of months away. And we're gonna get our first batch of tortillas in here. And make sure you take your spider or whatever you're using and kind of stir them around a little bit. I'm gonna call these pretty close to done. In fact, I'm gonna call them done already. They're done. Oop, don't fall off. And very quickly, while they still have a little bit of oil before they completely drain, and shake whatever seasoning you want to put on there, we're gonna put a little salt, pepper, and garlic on here. Gorgeous color. In Texas, we love pepper, and that's why I like to put salt, pepper, and garlic on my chips. Oh yeah, that's super, super good. Let's see where we're at on the salt and all that good stuff. I'm gonna use one of our freshly made totopos. Oh my gosh. This is so good. So now we're moving on to salsa number 2. So what we're gonna do, put this back in the blender. I'll explain as I go. So what we wanna do now, we wanna make the salsa a little bit finer. Now the previous one, you can also blend it to a thinner consistency if you want, or chunkier. It's up to you. There ain't no right way, ain't no wrong way. But for salsa number 2 today, we do want a little bit finer texture. Maybe a little bit more. Here we go. I'd say that's good. You can see that it's a lot finer. We're gonna pour it back out. just so y'all can see it. Beautiful salsa. This is a finer version of the first salsa we just made. We're gonna heat up this stainless steel pan. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna say that's a couple of tablespoons. It doesn't take a whole heck of a lot. I think we've got our oil kind of hot. I don't want it to be too hot. No, I'm gonna just pour this right here. There we go. So we've added our oil. It's starting to boil. We want to go ahead and whisk it. You can use a fork or whatever you have. You want to whisk it up, let that oil incorporate with the salsa really good. So I'm going to keep blending it together here with the oil so that it all comes together as it gets hotter. And we're going to put the lid on it for 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes, friends. It's been 11, 12 minutes. Let's check out this salsa one more time. Whoo, look at all that steam. Beautiful. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now this salsa, as it sits right now, you can use it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're gonna call this a salsa taquera, meaning it's the kind of salsa you find anywhere. They make tacos on the street, in the restaurants, in the taqueria. This is one kind and one recipe for a salsa taquera. Gotta give it a taste test too. I love my job. Oh yeah. All right, friends, so I've got my pan out of the way. We're gonna turn it into salsa number 3, but before we do, let's eat a taco. That's what this salsa's for. I've got some delicious beans, refried beans already made over here. Now, one of these taquitos we're going to enhance with a little bit of nopalitos. If you've never eaten cactus before, that's what nopales are. You don't know what you're missing. I think I overstuffed that one, but it's okay. Let's eat the bean one first because it's a little bit less. There we go. Ooh, that salsa takes any old taco to another level, up to the stratosphere. I'm just saying. All right, let's try it on our nopalitos. That's a fat one. I think I put a little too much. Oh, too bad. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna dress up salsa number 2 and call that salsa number 3. What's cool about doing it this way, if you're gonna have a weekend party, but you know how it is, if you're gonna have people over and whatever, it's like an all-day prep-a-thon and get everything ready. You can make this salsa 2 or 3 days, a week ahead of time. Then, when it's time for the party, you pour it into a pretty molcajete like this, and you do this next. You take your onion, and we're gonna go ahead and dice it real fine. I'm gonna put a couple of slits going this way too. Then we're gonna dice all of this really fine right here, just like so. So then we're gonna take this beautiful onion here and we're gonna set it aside. We're gonna take some cilantro and we're gonna cut it real fine too. We're not done yet. One more thing we wanna add here, and that is what we call green gold. Oro verde, we say in Spanish. It's green gold because it's so good and it goes with everything. So then we're gonna take this and as best as we can, we're gonna cube it up. About 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Gonna make some little squares. All right, so we have our molcajete here with some of our cooked down salsa number 2. We're gonna take a little bit of onion and sprinkle that in here. And some cilantro. We don't want to overpower it with either or. We just want to make it taste really, really delicious. All right, let's take our salsa spoon. We're gonna stir this up a little bit. Friends, if you want to impress some people on your next backyard party, make this salsa ahead of time. Dress it up here at the end, right before they show up, so you can serve them some delicious salsa. I'm gonna take some of these chunks out of here, dress up your salsa. All right, so now we have some avocado, onion, and extra cilantro in our salsa taquera. So now it's a wonderful appetizer that you can take a big old chip just like this. You're gonna get a dip with some green gold, some onion, some cilantro, and some delicious salsa, all in one bite. Good. Salsa number 4 is gonna be your taqueria style salsa, like you would for street tacos. All right, I'm gonna take my little spatula. We're gonna get all of this in here. So we've got our salsa number 2 cooked down. We already did salsa number 3 with it. Now we're gonna do salsa number 4. So we're gonna get this going. Then we're gonna add a little bit of oil. It's not an exact measurement because it all depends on how much salsa you have. So let's get this fired up. Crank it up to high. Look how it got thick. Okay, so now we have salsa number 4. Let's pour it out here. Look at that beautiful, creamy, rich salsa. And did you notice how the color changed one more time just by adding some oil? We already know it tastes delicious. Let's try it one more time with the oil in there. Look how delicious and rich that looks. Nice and creamy. That's what I call a beautiful taqueria salsa. Wow. All right, friends, now that is super, super good. I will say this, we love olive oil in my house, so I use olive oil. You can use avocado oil or whatever oil you prefer. Friends, this is an amazing salsa, and here's a couple of bonus tips, okay? Number 1, same thing we did to this salsa over here, you can do to this salsa if you wanted to. You just want to add avocado or just onions to give it a little crunch and texture, you can do that too. All right, friends, now here's another bonus tip. Number 5, salsa number 6 now. You can take a lime and squeeze it into your salsa fresca to add another delicious element of flavor into your salsa fresca. You can do that to all of these salsas. I probably wouldn't do it to this one because I would squeeze it onto the taco. But if you squeeze a little lime into this one, it's gonna be amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We certainly had a fun time making it. And don't forget to check out my book. It's ArnieTex with 100+ recipes of Mexican-American cooking and Texas-style barbecue. There is a link in my description of this video. Go ahead and click the link and place your order. The book will be out this summer. Thanks for watching. Keep the smoke light. Make it work. Boom! This is 3 salsas or 4, so we need boom, boom, and then one more. Boom. Now we're done.